I backpedal for a second, Latrice? And I want both of you guys to talk about where you came from. I heard your testimony from myself yesterday.
Yeah.
About your journey through the music, and it was a very powerful one. Can you tell us about that just a little bit for those who don't know?
Sure. Of course, like I said, I'm from Jackson, Mississippi. I started writing poetry when I was 7. Wrote my first rap with a cousin when I was 11. When I was 18, I started recording in the studio. 2 years after that, I was, 20 years old and was riding in the car with some members from that rap group. Of course, I was secular at the time. I was a junior psychology major at Tougaloo College, and we were in a very bad accident. I was sitting on the back, seat of a Jeep, and he sent us into oncoming traffic. One of the group members who was driving the vehicle we were in. It happened on Resurrection Sunday, 2004. I'm telling my age now. Happy birthday to me. Yeah, but it's all good. Look at him over there calculating, going in his head. Don't look. Don't be calculating because I definitely don't look it. But anyway, so he loses control of the vehicle, sends us into oncoming traffic, and long story short, I end up in the intensive care unit with a severe traumatic brain injury, spinal cord injury. And so I had a 360-degree fracture around my entire skull. My right jaw was fractured. Both of my eardrums were completely burst. My small intestine was torn. I had 3 compressed vertebrae in my lower spine. And, my lungs were bruised. My ribs were, fractured. And so for 3 days, the doctors told my mother that I was clinically brain dead. And she just kept telling him that's not what God said. He said that she's healed. Her body just has to catch up to the healing. And so, God restored me. He brought me out of that. They said that I would be in a persistent vegetative state. I wasn't supposed to be able to talk, do anything for myself. You know what I mean? They didn't even know if I could hear at the time. So she came over on the 3rd day to the side of my bed. And they had me like strapped down. They had all these tubes down my throat. They had my eyes taped down and whatever. And she came to the side of the bed because at that point they were like, hey, we think that, these tubes are going to set up an infection. She'll develop pneumonia. And we want to know if you want to take her off life support. I was actually on life support. And she comes to the side of the bed. She puts her 2 fingers in my right hand. And she said, Tiffany, this is your mother. She said, if you can hear my voice, the doctors want to take these tubes out of your throat. If you understand what I'm saying, squeeze my fingers. And at that moment, my hearing opened up. And I could hear my mother's voice when she said it. And I had just enough strength to squeeze her fingers and let her know that I was there. And she stepped back and she told them to go ahead and pull it, and they did, and started breathing. Out? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about pulling the plug. I'm like, mama, wow.
Well, they did that. That's essentially what it is.
That's tough.
That's essentially what it is. It's plugging the plug. Now, Jesus is the plug.
Facts.
Yeah, the breath of life is the plug now at that point. So I recovered about 7 days after that. I went home on my mother's birthday, actually. Yeah, so all of that happened. And I can't say that I didn't face some challenges. I was a straight A student, avid reader, you know what I mean? And having to have a traumatic, injury like that happened to me. And I did notice a difference, but God has fully restored me, and, I be on it now. So, yeah.
Dang.